What's up, guys? So today we're gonna be working on a few different things. I want to put in the 50-degree VTC gear, and I've also got the rest of the parts to the fuel system, so I'm gonna work on that. The VTC gear, I took it apart, cleaned it, adjusted the spring, we'll call it, so it's ready to go. I don't have any video of that, but we're going to, we're gonna throw that in there, and then we're gonna work on this fuel system, and yeah, let's get to it. All right, so we're sitting on top dead center. I got the, it's kind of hard to see in there, but I got the timing chain tensioner out. Got it pinned. So just need to take this guide off, get this loose, get this gear out, switch them out, go back together. Okay, so I did a whole lot of screwing around off camera, but I got it all in there. So the new VTC gear is in here, tensioner's on. Basically the problem I was having is I was trying to put a preload on the tensioner so that it didn't have a bunch of slack on the startup, and there's like no room in there to get anything in there. So I was having a hell of a time trying to get something to like push on the guide to actually get one more click in there. I mean, realistically, if I would have, had the cover off and done this, would have been easy, but in the car, there's just not much room. So, well, time to put it back together and try it out. Okay, so I got this cover off, and you can kind of see this is the nipple that they were talking about. You basically just got to cut the top of this off, and then you can put a fitting on there, which I've got just this, quick connect fitting that'll just go onto there. Then I'll run a 90 with my fuel line, run it down there, and run it to the front. All right, so I'm working on trying to put the regulator on, and my first thing was like, oh, I just need to get this plug out of here and put a gauge in it. Well, I tried to get it out of there, and that stripped out, so I'm gonna try putting another one in there and hammering it in, and hopefully I can get it free. I don't know. Oh, got lucky. Man, that really does not want to come out of there. That's crazy. It wasn't Loctite or anything. It was just like, just really stuck, I guess. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where to put this regulator, and this is kind of the best spot I can really find that's gonna work. Because if I go under here too far, the gauge hits. I can't go like back here really. There's not really enough room. Not unless I wanna take that plastic firewall out, which I really don't. And I can't really go anywhere in here because the headlight kind of comes up in this area. But I kind of found that if I have this angle just right, I think it'll still clear the headlight. I think it'll go kind of in an area that's not going to be a problem. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try and see if I can make this work. Nope, changed my mind. So I think I decided I'm actually gonna mount it sideways and almost upside down, because I think this location is gonna be the best, because I can get that line out of the way, and if I have it just the right angle, it's got plenty of it's not kinked or anything. That's all good. It gives me clearance to the headlight here. This, I can just run a 90 straight to there. I can run a 90 and run that straight down. So I think this is going to be overall, I think it's going to be the best. Not to mention there's a flat surface right here, so I can just mount it just like that. So I think that's the route I'm going to go. Well, I had a feeling that was going to happen. The bowl holes are a little bit too far apart, so I guess I'm going to have to open up the holes on this. All right, so I got that mounted up. That's going to work really well, I think. Everything's out of the way. I put a little bit of split loom on this fuel line just to make sure, since it's touching down here on this bolt, but I mean, it's out of the way. I think it's gonna work really good. So now I'm just gonna need to make the other lines. Man, that worked really well. So I'm not showing you guys me making this line because I didn't make it, because it actually, I bought this like Regulator used and it had this line on there, and it just so happens that it's like the perfect bends and perfect size and everything. So hell yeah, saves me a step. So I guess I just got to make the return line and run it all the way back to the tank, which is obviously the harder part. All right, so the next part I'm looking at, I had this came with this, and it looks like it's like almost never been used. It was like super clean in there. So I think I'm gonna run this, and I kind of want to run it, you know, somewhere in here. And I've got this line, but it's too long. So I think what I'm gonna do is I don't have fittings to just run it straight off of here, which would be nice, but I'm just gonna work with what I got rather than waiting a week for ordering fittings or whatever. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop this down and just run a really short hose with a straight fitting, and then at 45, and then I'll build the rest of the line from there. This is definitely the shortest line I've ever made, but it'll work. I definitely wish I had just the right fitting, but that's all right. It'll do the job. Okay, so it turns out that was a big waste of time, because when you put this on there, you're in the firewall. So that was a waste of time. So I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna build a line that goes from here, and it's gonna go down to underneath the subframe to where I need it to be. Then I'll put the fuel filter on there. Then I'll run that to the tank. That makes more sense. It's getting there, really slow. I hate this style. It's like that nylon. That was smart. Yeah, I inhaled before I blew through it. Yeah, that was dumb. Okay. So you can see on this one, might be a little tricky to see, but I bent the end of this one just a little bit to clear that cover, because it was hitting it pretty hard, but I'm also going to hammer that cover to make it clear. So this is by far the trickiest part. I got to shove the line through here over to that side and then down, because otherwise it's on the wrong side of the car, because obviously I have the fuel filter over there. So yeah, getting it from here to here and then down is a pain in the ass. I've already had to do it once, but I didn't have the fitting on it. So yeah, hopefully I can get it this time. Okay, so this is how I have it ran. Basically it's coming down by that gas tank, running along the other fuel lines, then it runs under the subframe brace here, up to here. I got that fuel filter, and then it's ran there. There's where that line is. Then it kind of goes up, curls around, and then you can kind of see it goes up by the VTC solenoid up to the, up to the regulator. Let's try starting it, see if we got any leaks. Sitting at about 51, so I'll have to turn that down a little bit for the moment. I'll turn it up when I go to retune it, but for now, I'll turn it down. Seems like it's working good. All right, so I got this strut bar that I got off my parts car. It was like an M7 bar that was, you know, some expensive deal, but it was all screwed up, so I re-sprayed it flat black. Now I'm gonna throw it on the car because I got it. I never would have bought something like this because they don't really do anything, but I figure I got it, it's free, might as well throw it on. Okay, so I remembered, even though I was about to put the strut bar on, I remembered that I still want to build a battery hold down because I got like this jank cardboard on here. It was basically just to protect it in case it bounced and hit the hood. So the original hold down, which I didn't have with the car, I looked it up and everybody wants like $130 for a piece of metal that goes from here to here to hold the battery down, which is absolutely insane. So I'm just gonna build one. And yeah, that makes way more sense to me. So I'm gonna build one to hold that down, and then I can get rid of this crap, and then I can just order that plastic cover to make it look better. Okay, so this is what I've come up with. I'm just gonna use a piece of flat stock and do a bunch of bends, a couple holes, and it should reach. So I was looking for steel, but I found this piece of aluminum stock. I might use this just because I don't really have anything that's the right thickness. This is about the right thickness. It's gonna be interesting to see if I can actually get all of these bends in a piece of aluminum without breaking it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's see how this goes. I don't know if this is gonna work at all. I might just ruin this piece of flat stock, but gotta give it a shot. Got a lot hotter than I thought it was going to. All right, I'm an idiot. I'm gonna grab some welding gloves. Ah, damn it. Fuck. Ooh. Yeah, she gone. Shit. Damn it. Well, it was worth a shot. Didn't work. I gotta get steel. Okay, try number 2. Got a piece of metal. This is honestly, it's thinner than I would like, but it'll work. Yeah, at least I won't have to heat this one up. I can just bend this. It'll be easy to drill through too, so screw it, we'll just use this. Damn it. I bent it backwards. Son of a bitch. Turns out it was going the correct direction. I just bent it back for no reason, so just bat 1,000. All right, that should work. Got the bolt hole there, bolt hole there. It should work out pretty well. I just need to throw some paint on it and she'll be good to go. Decided to clean the Mini. It hadn't been cleaned in a very, very long time. I imagine years. It's starting to shine up pretty good. So I started working on the trim, going over it with some like detail doctor stuff. It's like all fucking shiny over here. Then you get over here, it's like, it's all gray again. It's fucking crazy what it does. So all that gray just coming right out. It's fucking crazy. Man, look at this thing now. Trim's all freaking blinging. It's all black and shiny. Thing's all clean. It's amazing how far this thing's come. Still got to do the interior. There's a lot to do to that, but man, it's looking good. So I need to go through and like probably do some buffing and do some waxing. Definitely clay bar. There's a lot of shit in the fucking paint and spots, but I mean overall for just a clean, like a decent car wash, and yeah, it's pretty good. All right, so now that I'm waiting on that bracket to dry, I'm gonna put my other wheels on. I touched these up, they were all scratched up. Got my good tires on there off my other wheels. About to throw them on, see how it looks. Yeah, it looks good. That's a good match. Still needs to be lowered, but you know, even at this ride height, it's pretty good. All right, you can check out the finished product here. Got the strut bar all on there. Got that that bracket on there, holding it nice and tight. Hell yeah. Okay guys, well that's gonna do it for this video. I've been out driving this thing a bunch, messing with it. Tune's reasonably close. I still want to go in there. I want to turn the fuel pressure up and adjust the tune a little bit for that. Shouldn't take too much. Now that I the fuel pressure is different. Like I assume it was at like 43.5, something like that. So that's what I set the regulator at. But the tune is off a little bit here and there, so it might not be 100%. So I'm gonna have to get that smoothed out. But I am gonna turn the fuel pressure up to see if I can make some more power out of this, because it's been found that you can actually pick up a little bit of horsepower just by turning the fuel pressure up. Basically, it just helps with fuel atomization. So I'm going to be doing that. And like I said, I've been driving this thing around. This thing, it does pretty well. It's ripping around. I got those other wheels on there, and it rides a lot better with those wheels on there. Which I was hoping it would, and it definitely does. Car's really loud inside. I'm gonna have to switch out that muffler at some point. It's super annoying, but it does the job. And the shifting, it's been getting better. I don't know if it just kind of broke itself in or what it is, but it's been doing a lot better as far as that goes. I've got some other parts here that I'm planning on doing next week, which is, it'll make a little bit more sense why I was putting that fuel system, switching out the fuel system and everything when it was already running correctly. In addition to, like I said, I was, making a little bit more power. My other car is actually in town right now. The one that I had been talking about, my other project car, it's in town. There is a possibility I might have it here in the garage this week. I've got some, got to deal with a few things. Before I can get it over here. That and logistics of actually getting it here, and when I can do that, because the place is only open during the week, like during business hours. So yeah. But that's I think that's gonna wrap it up. And so do the subscribe, like, do all the things, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.